Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. This time we're taking a look at AI in medicine.
Yeah, always exciting stuff.
It is. And specifically, this paper called HuatuoGPT-o1 towards medical complex reasoning with LLMs.
Okay.
So the idea here is, can we get AI to think more like a doctor?
Right.
Not to replace doctors, of course,
Yeah.
but to be a better, more helpful partner.
I see. I see.
So the research is tackling this problem with AI, with current medical AI. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, I mean, so we've seen AI doing some really impressive things, right? Like
Mhm.
reading scans and, managing all this data.
Right.
But what it really struggles with is complex reasoning, like what a doctor does to diagnose a complicated case.
So it's one thing to spot a pattern,
Exactly.
but it's another thing entirely to kind of go through all of the symptoms, the patient history,
Right.
and
Yeah.
put it all together.
Right.
So why medicine? I mean, why choose this field to try to teach this level of reasoning to an AI?
Well, I think there are a few reasons. So first of all, you need accuracy in medicine.
Right.
Lives are at stake, right?
Of course.
So the stakes are very high for getting things right.
Yeah.
Second thing is that unlike a lot of real-world problems,
Yeah.
medical reasoning can be verified.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like you can actually check if the AI is making the right diagnosis,
Oh, right.
which is really important when you're training it and trying to get it to improve.
So it's almost like you have this built-in answer key
Exactly.
when you're working with it. And I mean, I guess the implications here, this could go way beyond just medicine.
Oh, absolutely.
If you can crack this in a field like medicine,
Yeah.
who knows what's next?
I mean, think about law, finance, engineering, like
Yeah.
all these fields where reasoning is key.
So how did the researchers actually do this? I mean, how do you teach an AI to think like a doctor?
Well, they started by creating these things called verifiable medical problems, and they used real medical exam questions,
Right.
like the ones that would, really challenge even a med student,
Right.
and they made them open-ended questions.
Okay.
No multiple choice.
Right. So the AI can't just guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to actually reason through it to come up with the answer. And they even filtered out questions that were too easy for for the smaller AI models.
Oh, well, yeah.
They wanted to push the AI to its limits.
So they're really focusing on this higher level reasoning.
Exactly. Exactly.
So how does that training work? I mean, do you have doctors sitting there, kind of coaching the AI through it?
Well, it's even more interesting than that.
Okay.
They had this two-stage process.
Okay.
So in the first stage, they give the AI the problem.
Right.
And the AI has to kind of, try different ways to reason through it. And the key here is they used another AI
Oh, okay.
called a verifier.
Okay.
And that AI would provide feedback and guidance.
Right.
So it was like AI teaching AI.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then in the second stage,
Yeah.
the AI uses what it learned to try to get better at reasoning, kind of like, practice makes perfect.
Right.
And the verifier was there, again, acting like a coach.
Like a coach, right?
Right.
So what happened? Did they create this AI medical genius?
Well, they did. They named it HuatuoGPT-o1.
Okay.
And it actually worked amazingly well. It beat existing medical AIs.
Wow.
But what's even cooler is that it also outperformed other AI models that were specifically designed for complex reasoning.
So this wasn't just like a small improvement,
No, it was a big jump.
a big jump. So, I mean, what were some of the things that the researchers kind of took away from this whole process?
Well, one of the big surprises was that just giving the AI tons of medical info didn't actually make it a better problem solver.
So it's not just about memorizing facts.
No, it's about actually developing the ability to reason.
Interesting. So it's more about the process
It is.
than just the raw data.
Exactly. And to kind of get at that, they looked at what they called the AI's chain of thought.
What's a chain of thought in this case?
Well, basically, it's the steps the AI takes to reach a conclusion. It's like if you were laying out, a mathematical proof.
Oh, okay.
It's the steps. And what they found is that the longer and more complex that chain of thought, the more the AI improved with practice. It was literally building those reasoning muscles.
So it's not just about getting to the right answer.
Nope.
It's about how you get there.
Exactly, yeah.
And the verifier seems to have played a pretty crucial role in all this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because the verifier wasn't just checking for the right answer.
Right.
It was evaluating how the AI was actually reasoning. And it was able to give, much more detailed feedback than just looking for keywords.
So it really is like a coach kind of guiding the AI along.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And what's really interesting is that now researchers are trying to develop smaller, more specialized verifiers.
Oh, interesting.
So this technology could become much more accessible
Right.
and adaptable for different fields.
So we could potentially see verifiers for law, for finance,
Absolutely, yeah.
all kinds of things.
Each tailored for that specific field.
That's really incredible.
Yeah.
So, but let's bring it back to medicine for a second.
Sure.
How would a doctor actually use this HuatuoGPT-o1 in a real, in a clinical setting?
Well, it's not like having another doctor in the room giving you advice, right?
Right.
It's more like having like a really sophisticated consultant
Okay.
that can offer insights.
Right.
But the human doctor is still in control.
So augmenting their expertise, not replacing it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's say a doctor has a patient with a bunch of really confusing symptoms, right?
Yeah.
They could put all that information into HuatuoGPT-o1, patient's history, test results, everything.
Right.
And the AI would analyze it all and
Uh-huh.
come up with what's called a differential diagnosis.
And that's a list of possible conditions
Yeah, exactly.
that could be causing the symptoms.
Right. But what's cool about HuatuoGPT-o1 is that it doesn't just give you a list.
Okay.
It actually shows you how it got there.
Oh, interesting.
So it walks you through its reasoning, what factors it considered, what evidence it weighed.
So it's like explaining its thought process,
Exactly.
making it more transparent.
Exactly. And that transparency is really important for building trust, right?
Right.
Because the doctor can actually see how the AI is reaching its conclusions. It's not just blindly following the AI's suggestions.
Right. You have to understand the reasoning behind it.
Right.
And this actually addresses this common concern about AI, right?
Yeah.
The black box problem. We don't know how it's getting to its answers.
Exactly. But here, they made a real effort to make the reasoning visible.
That makes a lot of sense.
So the doctor can see not just the what, but the why.
Right. You have to know the why. So this transparency is great for the doctors, but I imagine it's good for patients as well.
Oh, absolutely. If the patient understands how the AI is helping make decisions,
Yeah.
they're going to feel much more comfortable.
Right.
It's all about building that trust.
Right. So even in this age of increasingly, powerful AI, we can't forget that human element.
Exactly. The human touch is still absolutely essential. AI is a tool.
Right.
It's a powerful tool.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's the doctor who's responsible for the patient's care.
And one thing that we always have to think about with these AI systems is bias.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's a huge challenge.
Making sure that they're trained on diverse and representative data sets.
Right. Because if the AI is only trained on a narrow slice of the population,
Yeah.
it's going to miss things. It could even make harmful recommendations.
So it's not just about building smart machines.
No.
It's about, building a better healthcare system for everyone.
It's about fairness and equity.
Right. And, this research also really emphasized the importance of continuous learning, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing.
No, not at all. Medicine's always changing, right? New research comes out,
Right.
new treatments, new understanding of diseases. So the AI has to keep learning and adapting too.
So it's like a student who needs to keep studying.
Exactly, yeah. Lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning. And that really applies to both the medicine and the AI, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about continuous improvement.
And I think that kind of brings us to the last point I wanted to make, which is this emphasis on ethical considerations.
Oh, yeah. That's crucial.
I mean, as AI becomes more and more integrated into healthcare,
yeah,
we have to make sure that it's being used responsibly.
absolutely. It's not enough to just have a powerful technology.
Right.
It has to be aligned with our values.
It's about finding that balance between innovation and responsibility.
Exactly. And that's what makes this research so interesting. It's not just a technological breakthrough.
Right.
It's a starting point for a much bigger conversation about the future of medicine and the role of AI in our lives.
It's given me a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It's clear that AI has this incredible potential
Yeah,
to revolutionize healthcare,
for sure.
but we have to be careful, be mindful of the challenges.
Absolutely. We need both enthusiasm and caution.
I couldn't agree more. So I think we covered a lot of ground here today, from the nuts and bolts of how this AI is trained
Yeah.
to, the bigger questions about the future of medicine.
Right.
But before we wrap up, I want to go back to one thing that I found really fascinating,
Okay.
and that's this adaptation to traditional Chinese medicine.
Oh, yes.
It's incredible.
Mhm.
They were able to teach this AI to reason, like a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine.
It really shows you how adaptable this technology is.
Yeah.
Like, it suggests that we can potentially teach AI to reason within any system of knowledge.
Like we found this universal key to reasoning.
Right.
It really makes you wonder if we can do it with Western medicine and traditional Chinese medicine,
Yeah.
what else is possible?
I mean, could we teach it to think like an engineer, a lawyer,
Yeah.
an artist even?
Yeah. The possibilities are endless.
Exactly. It's a whole new world of possibilities opening up.
But let's unpack what they did with traditional Chinese medicine a little bit more.
Sure.
So they basically took the same approach, the same methodology that they
yeah.
used for HuatuoGPT-o1,
Yeah.
and they applied it to traditional Chinese medicine texts, case studies, diagnostic criteria.
Exactly. They built a whole new model
Right.
called HuatuoGPT-o1 7BZEC, specifically for traditional Chinese medicine.
So they're teaching this AI a whole new language of medicine,
Yeah, one that's rooted in a totally different cultural tradition.
and it achieved comparable levels of accuracy to its Western counterpart.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So it's not just translating concepts from one system to another.
No,
It's really teaching the AI to think within that system.
exactly. To understand the underlying principles, the diagnostic methods, everything.
This is just mind-blowing to me. It suggests that, AI could help us bridge these cultural and epistemological divides that we have in medicine.
I mean, imagine a future where AI can help us combine the best of both worlds,
Right.
Western and Eastern medicine, to create more personalized treatments.
That's incredible.
It's a vision of healthcare that embraces both science and cultural wisdom.
This has been an absolutely fascinating deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
We've explored how they're teaching AI to think like a doctor,
Yeah.
the crucial role of the verifier, this importance of transparency and ethics,
Right.
and this just incredible potential to transform healthcare. But before we go, I'd love to get your final thoughts on this research.
Oh, well, I mean, what excites me the most is that this technology could not only improve healthcare, but it could actually help us understand human reasoning better.
So we're learning about ourselves by studying how AI learns.
Exactly. It's like AI is holding up a mirror to our own minds.
That's a great way to put it.
And in terms of challenges, I think the biggest one is making sure that this technology is developed ethically. We have to be careful about bias, transparency, human oversight.
It's a powerful tool,
Yeah,
and we have to use it wisely.
absolutely. It's about building a better future for everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It really is. It's pretty remarkable that they got this to work with traditional Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
It really shows you the flexibility of this whole approach.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like we could teach AI to reason within any system of knowledge.
As long as we can, verify the answers.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. We need that ground truth.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like we've unlocked this universal key to reasoning.
It's a powerful idea.
I mean, it makes you wonder if we could do it with Western medicine, traditional Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
What else could we unlock?
Right. Could you teach AI to think like an engineer,
Yeah, yeah.
a lawyer, a musician even?
I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless.
It's really exciting to think about.
But before we get too carried away, I do want to circle back to the verifier AI.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No, it's not just a passive observer in all of this. Right?
No. It's much more active than that.
Right. It's more like a coach or even a mentor.
Yeah.
Kind of guiding this AI along.
I think that's a great way to put it. One of the key things we've learned from this research is that the role of the verifier is just absolutely crucial.
It's more than just, checking if the AI gets the answer right.
Right. It's about evaluating the whole chain of thought.
The process.
Exactly. How did the AI get there?
Right. So it's about the journey, not just the destination.
I like that. Yeah, it's about teaching the AI to think critically, systematically.
And what's really interesting is that researchers are already starting to work on these smaller, more specialized verifiers.
Oh yeah, that's a really exciting development.
I mean, this could make this technology, so much more accessible.
Right.
And we could, start applying it to all sorts of different fields.
Exactly. So you could have verifiers for law, for finance, for engineering, each one, fine-tuned to the specific ways of thinking in that field.
imagine a super-powered legal assistant
Right.
that could not only, process all this legal data,
Yeah.
but also help you construct arguments, find loopholes, anticipate counter-arguments, all based on its understanding of legal reasoning.
It's incredible to think about.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
But let's bring it back to medicine for just a moment.
Sure.
How would a doctor actually use this HuatuoGPT-o1 in a clinical setting?
Right.
Would it be like having another doctor in the room, offering real-time advice?
Well, I think it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
I think it's better to think of it as this highly sophisticated consultant
Right.
that can provide insights, recommendations, but ultimately the human physician is still the one making the decisions.
So it's augmenting their expertise.
Exactly. It's not about replacing doctors.
Right.
It's about giving them, more information, more tools to work with.
So let's say, for example, a doctor has a patient who's presenting with this really, really complex set of symptoms.
Okay.
They could, input all the patient's information, medical history, test results, current symptoms,
Right.
into this HuatuoGPT-o1.
Right.
And then the AI would analyze all of this information, consider a wide range of possibilities, and generate what's called a differential diagnosis.
Right.
Which is basically a list of possible conditions.
Right. It's all the things that could potentially be causing those symptoms.
Exactly. But here's where HuatuoGPT-o1 goes,
Yeah.
a step further, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't just, spit out a list.
No, it's much more than that.
It actually shows the doctor how it arrived at that list.
Right. It explains its reasoning.
Right. So it's like, it's transparent.
Exactly. And that transparency is so crucial for building trust.
Yeah.
The doctor can see exactly how the AI is reaching its conclusions.
Right.
It's not just about blindly following the AI's suggestions.
Right. You have to understand the why.
Exactly. And that also helps to address this common concern about AI,
Right.
the black box problem,
Yeah.
where we don't really know how these systems are making their decisions.
Right.
But with HuatuoGPT-o1, the researchers have made a real effort to make that reasoning process visible.
So the doctor can see not just the what, but the why.
Exactly. And I think that's really important, not just for the doctors, but for the patients as well.
Right.
If a patient understands how the AI is helping to make decisions about their care, they're going to be much more likely to feel comfortable with those decisions.
Right. It's about building that trust.
Exactly. And it's a reminder that even in this age of incredible AI advancements,
Yeah.
the human element is still so important.
It's a powerful tool.
It is.
But it's just that it's a tool.
Right. And the ultimate responsibility for patient care still rests with the human physician.
And one of the things that we always have to be mindful of with these AI systems is bias.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge challenge.
Making sure that they're trained on data sets that are diverse,
Right.
and representative of the population as a whole.
Because if the AI is only trained on a very narrow slice of the population,
Right.
it's going to miss things.
Right. And it could potentially make, recommendations that are inaccurate or even harmful.
Exactly.
So it's not just about building, smart machines.
Yeah.
It's about building a healthcare system that's fair
Right.
and equitable for everyone.
It's about using this technology to improve health outcomes for all people.
And this research also really highlighted the importance of continuous learning. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
This isn't a set it and forget it's kind of technology.
No, not at all. I mean, medicine is constantly changing, right?
Right.
New research, new treatments, new understanding of diseases.
Yeah.
So the AI has to keep learning and adapting as well.
So it's like a student
It is.
who needs to keep studying.
Exactly. Lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning. And that applies to both the medicine and the AI.
Absolutely. It's a process of continuous improvement.
And I think that brings us to another really important point, which is this emphasis on ethical considerations.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As AI becomes more and more integrated into healthcare,
Yeah.
we have to make sure that it's being used responsibly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not enough to just have a a powerful technology,
Right.
we have to make sure that it's aligned with our values.
It's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between, this incredible innovation
Right.
and responsibility.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes this research so compelling.
Yeah.
It's not just about a technological breakthrough.
Right.
It's about starting a conversation about the future of medicine.
Yeah.
And the role of AI in our
Right.
lives.
I mean, it's certainly given me a lot to think about. The potential of AI to really revolutionize healthcare is undeniable.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
But we do have to proceed with both enthusiasm and caution,
Right, I need both.
embracing those possibilities,
Yeah.
but also being mindful of the challenges.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
So we've covered a lot of ground here today. We've talked about how this AI is trained, the role of the verifier, these ethical considerations, and this just incredible potential to transform healthcare as we know it.
It's been a fascinating discussion.
But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I do want to go back to one of the things that I found just absolutely fascinating, and that is this adaptation to traditional Chinese medicine.
Oh yeah.
It's just incredible to me that they were able to teach this AI
Yeah.
to reason like a practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine.
It's really remarkable.
And it speaks to the adaptability, the potential of this technology.
Yeah.
It would suggest that we could teach AI to reason within any system of knowledge.
Right, as long as we have a way to verify those answers.
It's almost like we've unlocked
Yeah.
this universal key to reasoning.
Yeah.
I mean, it really makes you wonder if we can do it with Western medicine, traditional Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
What other kinds of reasoning could we unlock?
I mean, could we teach it to think like an engineer, a lawyer,
Yeah.
an artist even?
I mean, the possibilities are they're endless.
It's a whole new world opening up.
But let's unpack what they actually did with traditional Chinese medicine a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah.
So they essentially took the same approach, the same methodology that they used with HuatuoGPT-o1 and applied it to traditional Chinese medicine texts, case studies, diagnostic criteria.
Right. They created a whole new model
Right.
called HuatuoGPT-o1 that was specifically designed for traditional Chinese medicine.
So they're teaching this AI a whole new language of medicine.
Right, one that's rooted in a completely different cultural tradition.
And it's amazing that this model achieved, comparable levels of accuracy
It did.
and performance to its Western counterpart.
Yeah.
So it's not just about translating concepts from one system to another. It's about teaching the AI to think within that system.
Exactly, to understand the underlying principles, the diagnostic methods, the whole approach.
This is just mind-blowing to me. It suggests that AI could help us to bridge these cultural and epistemological divides that we have in medicine.
Yeah. It's really exciting to think about the possibilities.
Imagine a future where AI can help us to integrate the best of both Western and Eastern medical traditions.
Right, leading to more personalized and effective treatments for everyone.
It's a vision of healthcare that embraces both scientific rigor and cultural wisdom.
Using technology to enhance human well-being on a global scale.
It's a vision worth striving for.
Absolutely. And this research is a significant step in that direction.
It really is amazing to think we're not just talking about revolutionizing healthcare here.
Yeah.
But we're also talking about potentially unlocking deeper understandings of like how we reason.
It's a pretty incredible time to be working in this field.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into HuatuoGPT-o1 and medical AI, is there one key takeaway you want our listeners to really think about?
I think for me it's the realization that AI isn't just about processing information or automating things.
Right.
It's about expanding what's possible in terms of human ingenuity and problem solving.
We hear a lot about AI replacing jobs, but this research really shows a different picture.
Yeah.
It's about collaboration.
It is.
Augmentation.
Absolutely.
It's about this synergy between human expertise and these AI capabilities.
Right. And this research really shows that AI can learn to reason in ways that we used to think were only possible for humans, and that just opens up so many possibilities.
Imagine doctors, lawyers, engineers, artists, all working alongside these AI partners
Right.
that can help them to see problems in new ways, come up with creative solutions,
Yeah.
really push the boundaries of their fields.
I think that's the future that this research is pointing to. A future where AI is not a threat,
Right.
but a powerful ally, in our quest to understand the world and solve these complex challenges.
It's a future that's both exciting and a little bit daunting,
Yeah,
I think.
for
And
sure.
it requires us to approach AI development with a sense of responsibility, a
Absolutely.
real commitment to ethical principles.
We have to make sure that these powerful technologies are
Yeah.
developed and used in a way that benefits everyone.
This deep dive has been really fascinating.
It has.
We've explored how researchers are teaching AI to think like a doctor,
Yeah.
the role of this verifier AI, the importance of transparency and ethical
Yeah.
considerations,
Yeah.
and this incredible potential that this technology has to really transform healthcare.
Absolutely.
But I think the real takeaway here is
Yeah.
that AI isn't just about the technology itself.
It's about how we use it.
It's about how we use it.
Right.
It's a tool.
It is.
And we have the power to shape how that tool is used
Absolutely.
to create a better future.
A better future for everyone.
Well, we've reached the end of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this episode
I did.
and that it sparked your curiosity about the
Yeah.
future of AI.
Yeah.
Keep exploring, keep questioning,
For sure.
and keep engaging in this conversation about AI and its impact on our world.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.